winter hat goes on. And here we are. So, hi, I'm Erin Moog. This is my second attempt at my video, trying to rack 150 videos to normalcy. And I want to explain this backdrop. So, I bought this backdrop when I thought I was going to be forced to live in northern Michigan during the winters for the rest of my life, and seasonal depression is real for me. I'm one of those people that when the sun goes up, my smile goes up, and when the sun goes down, my smile goes down too. And so I bought this for my classroom, actually my office, because I didn't have a classroom, and it makes me happy. Now it's in my childhood bedroom, as I am a 46-year-old woman back living in it on a regular basis. And so this is the creation of my fantasy. I don't want to be where I'm at, and this is me making the best of it. And I think it's kind of nice. It makes me happy, even though it's 10 degrees outside, freezing, frigid cold, and there is no place I don't know how I want to say that. There's no place I'd want to be anywhere but here. And so this tapestry has come with me. It also was with me when I moved out to Colorado. I put it in my classroom because even though Colorado has way more sun, it still has a winter. And the older I get, the more drawn to water and tropical climates I am. It used to be that I was happy with the mountains and the snow, but my body just craves warmth and life versus snow and death. So this is my make-believe, my pretend. So many things have been stripped away from me from this long COVID experience. And I was so close to reobtaining all of the things that make me happy on an external level. All the things outside of me were just in grasp after I was sick and starting to get better. I was headed in the direction of a career that filled my cup after about 6 or 7 years being a special education evaluator, where at first when the job was new, it was okay. And I say that. It was okay. I still didn't love it when I first started because I wasn't creating relationships with children. I wasn't making a day-to-day impact. I worked with kids on a one-on-one basis. They jumped on the little hamster wheel of testing. That's all I got to know them. And then I sent them on their way. And I did this for 7 years. And I didn't get a ton of fulfillment inside for me. It was a great job. Low stress, in my opinion. Some people would say it was very stressful, but I could maneuver around the job to make it so it wasn't too stressful. The people that I worked with were wonderful. The organization that I taught for was wonderful, but there was something missing. Gifts and talents that I had picked up along the way just weren't being utilized in this position. And so once you notice that life can be taken away from you abruptly, you really want to move in the direction of work that fills your cup. So I did that, or at least I was heading in that direction. I also was lacking a tribe of like-minded friends. I had a handful of good friends where I lived in Michigan, but there was something missing that I had when I was out west. I don't know, a certain type of personality that I was used to when I used to live out there. I was really missing. And again, I was this close. I started working at that school that I used to work at in Colorado, and there was a handful of people that I used to work with, and then there was also a bunch of new people, and they were great immediately. Hugs and laughter and funny ass stories that just, even when I was just hanging by a thread health-wise to try and make it work, they still just made me laugh so much. And the hug quota that I was looking for also exponentially went up when I moved out there. And that was a big thing that I was looking forward to, were the hugs. And I was getting them. And I also was headed in the direction of a male relationship that I was really excited about too. And I really liked him. And it's kind of rare for me. They don't come along very often. Some people seem to just go from one relationship to the next, and that's just something that has never been a part of my path. After I meet somebody that I really like, if it ends, it typically takes a couple more, like a year or two, before I meet somebody else who sparks any kind of interest. And he was special, and I won't get into the circumstances, but again, this close for us coming together, and just when it was about to, again, gone. And the sun, I miss the sun so much. I don't know, you look at me, I have dark skin. I don't think I was supposed to ever live somewhere where it's more, life is dormant for 6 months. I don't think I was ever supposed to live in those conditions. So again, 300 days of sunshine, and it felt so good being back in the sun. And again, just this close. And the next thing I know, only after a month and a half, my dad's scoot me back into that state line from Indiana to Michigan, and it was like the lights just went out. So, yeah. I've just had a lot of physical things taken away from me. And it's been really, really hard. And I'm not quite sure what else I want to say other than that. This book that I'm writing, Left Behind by Life But Not by God, one woman's dark journey through long COVID and the spiritual lessons learned. I talk about how pre-COVID, the Erin before pre-COVID, how I was that girl, that woo-woo, metaphysical, spiritual, looked for all the signs, loved reading animal spirit cards. And then I kind of turned into this person who, I could understand why people became atheists. I crossed into that bridge of atheism many times during the most excruciating days of pain. I just thought, there's just no way. There's no way that there's a God if I can feel and be allowed to feel this level of pain and have so many things taken away from me. But in my book, I counteract the dark with the light, and I talk about these stories. There's stories that you can't argue away that they're mere coincidence. They're just not. And they're proof that I've never ever been alone, even though this experience has been so isolating. If there's one positive thing that has come from this experience, is that it's brought me really, really close to God and the spirit world. And it's fucking forced me to. I've had no choice in the matter. It was either me completely alone or me and with something bigger than me that I don't understand. Friends have countlessly told me this could only happen to you, Erin, because prior to COVID, I have weird shit happen to me all the time. And I can say that despite the darkness and the pain, that I've never been alone during this hell either. I have countless stories of how angels have been with me, Jesus has been with me, I've been shown signs, I've had moments of the other side showing me itself in a way that just demonstrates a very sick sense of humor. And I write about that all in the book, that I hope one day that you pick up and read, and maybe you can relate to maybe some of these stories and have your own personal experiences where you can't explain them away to mere coincidence yourself. What else? I have good days. And then I never know what tomorrow's gonna look like. Again, it teaches me that the future is fool's gold. I have no idea what tomorrow's gonna look like. Even just sitting here just a second ago, I just had this weird piercing sound that just went through my right ear. And things like that happen to me all the time. I'll be just clicking along and things feel normal, and then 2 seconds later, a muscle gives out. Feels like my hearing's gonna go out. I get super dizzy. I feel like I'm walking on a wave. So I'm not guaranteed what my next minute is gonna look like. I don't know what else to say. I just wanted to explain my beautiful tropical backdrop in my childhood bedroom. Trying to think maybe what will be my next story. Maybe my next story will be about the Paul Simon song, Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes.